Devotees. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all devotees once again for joining our Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya daily Srimad Bhagavatam reading morning session in English. Hare Krishna. So, Thursday we have completed chapter number 2, and today we have to start with a new chapter, chapter 3. It's name entitled The Marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jamadire. Nashtaprayeshu Vadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktar Bhavati Nashtaki. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Bangum Langayade Girim Yat Kripadamaham Mande Paramanandamadavam. Sri Gurum Dinadarinam Sri Chaitanyamishram Omajnanandmirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya Chashuru Milidam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanyamanophishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamahyam Dadandi Subhadantigam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Udapadagamam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Sri Rupam Sagrajadam Sahana Raghunadanidam Dam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadudam Parijansagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Saganadada Sri Vishakanyadamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagalpate Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namastude Taptakanjana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabhana Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhya Chakrapa Sindhubhya Vajapatitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimade Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nidhi Namini Namaste Saraswate Deva Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachadya Deshadarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Vishnu Vadaya Vishnu Prasthaya Godali Madhya Madhavasmapinda Vajani Madhya Davara Putani Guru Gadata Madhya Hare Krishna. Once more, welcome all devotees. Hare Krishna. So today we'll be starting third chapter, the marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. Okay, I will start with introduction. Okay, Prabhuji, I will continue.
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, please.
Thank you, please. Yes, Dandapana. The marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. This chapter describes the dynasty of Shreyadi, another son of Manu, and also tells about Sukanya and Revati. Devanjana, Shreyadi gave Devanjana, Shreyadi gave instructions about what to do in the ritualistic ceremony observed on the second day of the yajna of the Angiras. One day, Shreyati, along with his daughter known as Sukanya, went to the ashrama of Cyavana Muni. There, Sukanya saw two glowing substances within a hole of earthworms, and by chance she pierced those two glowing substances. As soon as she did this, blood began to ooze from the hole. Consequently, King Shreyadi and his companions suffered from constipation and inability to pass urine. When the king asked why circumstances had suddenly changed, he found that Sukanya was the cause of this misfortune. Then they all offered prayers to Cyavana Muni just to satisfy him according to his own desire. And Devajna Shreyadi offered his daughter to Cyavana Muni, who was a very old man. When the heavenly physicians, the Ashwini Kumara brothers, once visited Cyavana Muni, the Muni requested them to give him back his youth. These two physicians took Cyavana Muni to a particular lake in which they bathed and regained full youth. After this, Sukanya could not distinguish her husband. She then surrendered unto the Ashwini Kumaras, who were very satisfied with her chastity and who therefore introduced her again to her husband. Chavanamuni then engaged King Shrayadi in performing the Somayajna and gave the Ashwini Kumaras the privilege to drink Somarasa. The king of heaven, Lord Indra, became very angry at this, but he could do no harm to Shrayadi. Henceforward, the Ashwini Kumara physicians were able to share in the Somarasa. Sorry, Shrayadi later had three sons named Uttanabarhi, uh, Anartha, and Bhurisena. Anartha had one son whose name was Revada. Revada had 100 sons, of whom the eldest was Kakudmi. Kakudmi was advised by Lord Brahma to offer his beautiful daughter Revati to Baladeva, who belongs to the Vishnu Tattva category. After doing this, Kakudmi retired from family life and entered the forest of Badarikashrama to execute austerities and penances. This is the introduction. Praju will continue with Shloka or?
Yes, bro, we can still continue Sloka 1. Sloka
Okay.
1, there is no purport. 2 also no. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there is no purport. 8,
Okay, I see.
9, up to 9.
Uh-huh. So we'll read all 9 or?
Up to 9 we can read, bro. Then we can just see the brief.
Okay,
Because
okay.
this one is all self-explanatory only, no, bro. It's all like
Uh,
already like story only,
yeah,
no? Yeah,
yeah.
so 9 we can
Okay.
go.
So I will
Okay.
read 1 or 2 verses and then somebody
Other
can
devotees
two,
can take
three.
turns, yes.
Yeah, 2 or
Uh,
3 each, and then okay,
yes,
okay. Thank you, Praj.
yes. Okay,
So
Hare
first
Krishna.
verse, Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, 3rd chapter, first verse. Sri Shuka Uvacha. Shari, Shariyadirmanavo Raja Brahmishta Sa Babhuvaha Yova Angirasam Satre Didiya Maharujivan Sri Shuka Uvacha Shariyadirmanavo Raja Brahmishta Sa Babhuvaha Yova Angirasam Satre Didiya Maharujivan. Hare Krishna. Translation by His Divine Grace Abhayacharanarinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. Sri Shukadev Goswami continued. O King Shrayadi, another son of Manu, was a ruler completely aware of Vedic knowledge. He gave instructions about the functions for the second day of the yajna to be performed by the descendants of Angira. Hare Krishna. So, okay, next two, 2 or 3 verses can somebody can follow, read.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 3, Sloka number 2. Sukanya nama tasyasi kanyakamalocana taya sardam vanagato hya agamacha chavanashrayam Sukanya nama tasyasit kanyakamalocana taya sardam vanagato hya Agamachayavanashrayam. Translation.
Ashramam. Cyavana
Ashray.
ashram.
Ashramam.
Cyavana ashram. Cyavana ashram.
Shamana ashramam.
Cyavana Munisha ashramam.
Ashramam.
Translation. Saryati had a beautiful lotus-eyed daughter named Sukanya, with whom he went to the forest to see the ashrama of Charyavana Muni.
Chavana.
Chav-
Cyavana Muni.
Chavanavana Muni.
No, Chavana.
Chayavayana Muni.
Chavana Muni only. Chavana. Bas.
Chavana Muni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cyavana Muni. Yes, Cyavana Muni is right.
Chavana Muni.
Cyavana.
Okay.
Cyavana, we can say Cyavana Muni.
Because ya is there na Prabhuji. Why?
Yeah,
Chav
Yes.
Chavana.
Chavana.
Cyavana.
Okay. Next one, you also want to read? Continue. Or to.
Okay. Sloka number 3. Sa sakhibih parivruta vichinvanta agri pranvane valmikarandre dadrushe kyodhyate iva jyotishi sa sakhibihi parivruta vichinvanta angripan vane वाल्मीकवरन्ध्रे ददृशे कथ्योदे इव ज्योतिषि. Scroll down, please. Translation. While that Sukanya, surrounded by her friends, was collecting various types of fruits from the trees in the forest, she saw within the hole of an earthworm two things glowing like luminaries. Translation once again. While that Sukanya, surrounded by her friends, was collecting various types of fruits from the trees in the forest, she saw within the hole of an earthworm two things glowing like luminaries. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Next, 4 and 5, or somebody can read 2 verses or 3. Somebody want to continue?
Okay, Prabhu, I will read.
Okay, Prabhuji.
934, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki jai Maharaj. Te daiva chodita bala jodishi kandha keravai avidhyan mukta bhavena sasravas tatho bahihi te daiva chodita bala jyotishi kandhakena vai avidhyan mukta bhavena शुश्रूषे tatho bahihi. Translation is divine Asivad Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Conducted by
No, as if induced.
as if induced by as if by providence, the girl ignorantly pierced those two glow worms with a thorn, and when they were pierced, blood began to ooze out of them. As if induced by providence, the girl ignorantly pierced those two glowworms with a thorn, and when they were pierced, blood began to ooze out of them. One more, Prabhu.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Fifth one you can.
Line
Yeah.
35. Sakrin mutra nirodho bhut abut sainikanamscha tatchanat Rajashri tam upalakshya Purishan vimshito abravit Sakrin mutra nirodho abut Sainikanam cha tatchanat Rajarshi tam upalakshya Purishan vimshito abravit. Translation. Thereupon, all the soldiers of Saryati were immediately obstructed from passing urine and stood. Upon perceiving this, Saryati spoke to his associates in surprise. Thereupon, all the soldiers of Saryati were immediately obstructed from passing urine and stool. Upon perceiving this, Saryati spoke to his associates in surprise. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Next one. Who want to read? Okay. I will read.
I will read, Prabhu. I will read if nobody. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.3.6. Api abhadram na yusmavir bhargavasya vichesititam vyaktam kenapi nastasya kritam ashrama dusanam api abhadram na yusmavir bhargavasya vichesitatitam vyaktam kenapi nastasya kritam ashrama dusanam. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. How strange it is that one of us has attempted to do something wrong to Cyavana Muni, the son of Bhrigu. It certainly appears that someone among us has polluted this ashrama. How strange it is that one of us has attempted to do something wrong to Cyavana Muni, the son of Bhrigu. It certainly appears that someone among us has polluted this ashrama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
7 also I will recite, Prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam 9.3.7. Sukanya praha pitaram bita kinchit kritam maya dve jyotishi ajanantya nirbinne kantakena vai. Sukanya praha pitaram bita kinchit kritam maya dve jyotishi ajanantya nirbinne kantakena vai. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Being very much afraid, the girl Sukanya said to her father, I have done something wrong, for I have ignorantly pierced these two luminous substances with a thorn. I'll repeat the translation. Being very much afraid, the girl Sukanya said to her father, I have done something wrong, for I have ignorantly pierced these two luminous substances with a thorn. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. 8 and 9. Somebody can read.
Hare Shapuji,
Yes, Mother.
9.3.8. दुहितस्तत्त्वजस् श्रुत्वा शर्यतीर्जात सद्वशः मुनिं प्रसादयाम् आशा वल्मीकान्तर्हितं शनैः. Translation. After hearing this statement by his daughter, King Saryati was very much afraid. In various ways, he tried to appease Cyavana Muni, for it was he who sat within the hole of the earthworm. Translation once more. After hearing this statement by his daughter, King Saryadi was very much afraid. In various ways, he tried to appease Cyavana Muni, for it was he who sat within the hole of the earthworm. Shall I continue with the next one, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji. I think this one
1.3.9.
has purport. 9 also will read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, 9 you can read, Prabhu. You have purport, no? So you can have a short discussion after that.
Okay.
तद्
Yes.
अभिप्रायम् आज्ञाय प्रादाद्दुहितृ Taram Muni Kricharan Krishnan Muktastam Atmandriya Puram Prayat Samahidaha. Translation: King Saryadi, being very contemplative and thus understanding Cyavana Muni's purpose, gave his daughter in charity to the sage. Thus released from danger with great difficulty, he took permission from Cyavana Muni and returned home. Purport: The king, after hearing the statement of his daughter, certainly told the great sage Cyavana Muni everything about how his daughter had ignorantly committed such an offense. The Muni, however, inquired from the king whether the daughter was married. In this way, the king, understanding the purpose of the great sage Cyavana Muni, Tat Aviprayam Ajnaya, immediately gave the Muni his daughter in charity and escaped the danger of being cursed. Thus, with the permission of the great sage, the king returned home. Hare Krishna. Still, please.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Actually, we can read 10 also, because after 10 we have one section for the marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. So up to 10 we will complete today. After that
Okay.
we will have discussion. 10, one more we will finish.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. 9.3.10. I will read. Sukanya Chavanam Yes, mother.
Hare Krishna. Sukanya Chavanam Prapya Padim Parama Gabhanam Pranayam Asha Chittajna Abharamatanu Vrittibhi Sukanya Chavanam Prapya Padim Parama Gabhanam Pranayam Asha Chittajna Abharamatanu Vrittibhi. Translation. Cyavana Muni was very irritable, but since Sukanya had gotten him as her husband, she dealt with him carefully. According to his mode, knowing his mind, she performed service to him without being bewildered. Once more?
Yes, mother.
Cyavana Muni was very irritable, but since Sukanya had gotten him as her husband, she dealt with him carefully. According to his mode, knowing his mind, she performed service to him without being bewildered. Hare Krishna.
Right.
Thank you,
Okay.
Prabhuji.
But
Purport also can read, Mataji.
Purport, Mataji.
Okay. This is an indication of the relationship between husband and wife. A great personality like Cyavana Muni has the temperament of always wanting to be in a superior position. Such a person cannot submit to anyone. Therefore, Cyavana Muni had an irritable temperament. His wife Sukanya could understand his attitude, and under the circumstances, she treated him accordingly. If any wife wants to be happy with her husband, she must try to understand her husband's temperament and please him. This is victory for a woman. Even in the dealings of Lord Krishna with his different queens, it has been seen that although the queens were the daughters of great kings, they placed themselves before Lord Krishna as his maid servants. However great a woman may be, she must place herself before her husband in this way. This is to say, she must be ready to carry out her husband's orders and please him in all circumstances. Then her life will be successful. When the wife becomes as irritable as the husband, their life as at home is sure to be disturbed or ultimately completely broken. In the modern day, the wife is never submissive, and therefore home life is broken even by slight incidents. Either the wife or the husband may take advantage of the divorce laws. According to the Vedic law, however, there is no such thing as divorce laws, and a woman must be trained to be submissive to the will of her husband. Westerners contend that this is a slave mentality for the wife, but factually it is not. It is the tactic by which a woman can conquer the heart of her husband. However irritable or cruel may be in this case, we clearly see that although Cyavana Muni was not young, but indeed old enough to be Sukanya's grandfather, and was also very irritable. Sukanya, the beautiful young daughter of a king, submitted herself to her old husband and tried to please him in all respects. Thus, she was a faithful and chaste wife. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. It's a wonderful section we are reading. That's why this you can see here. We are discussing about the third chapter. We are beginning third chapter today. The marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. So previous chapter we have seen actually Vaivasata Manu is having 10 more sons. We already discussed the names of the 10 more sons. And in the previous chapter, about 6 sons were already described. Their dynasty, their family lineage, everything was discussed in chapter number 2 in very detail. Maruta dynasty, Vishala dynasty, Dishta dynasty, like that. Here we can see continuation to that. Sukadeva Goswami is describing the descendants of King Saryati. So that is another son of Vaivasvata Manu. So King Saryati is his life and his lineage is described. So there are total 36 verses here in this chapter. The first 10 verses which we completed today, this is describing about marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. This is the first 10 verses. Okay, so that's what we completed now, just now. And then after that, 11 to 17 is describing about Cyavana Muni becoming a young man. So after that, the wife is faithfully serving her husband. Cyavana Muni is an irritable character, but he also become very pleased by his wife's behavior. So what he does, instead of being old, he becomes a very young man by the help of Ashwini Kumaras. That we will discuss actually. How he requested the Ashwini Kumaras to give back the youth. So then, third section is Saryati's happiness with Sukanya's chastity. So that is third section. How the king was very much pleased with Sukanya's chastity. Okay, and she was father was very happy to see her daughter. How she was able to transform her husband by her chastity. And the fourth section in this chapter is about discussing about the marriage of Revati with Lord Balaram, Lord Baladev. This is also a very famous pastime, how the Lord Baladev, is none other than, not different from Lord Krishna, how he married Revati. That is also there. Normally in the classes also they say, the different kalpas, how the daughter was, like Lord Brahma, Lord Balaram was very big, and all these things will come. Revati's marriage is there. These 4 sections are there in this chapter. Okay, so the first section, not 4 chapters, 4 sections. 4 sections are there. So here, this first section we are discussing today. This is the marriage of Sukanya and Cyavana Muni. How this happened? Sukadeva Goswami is describing. So King Saryati was the son of Vaivasvata Manu, and he was acting, how to do this yajna and all. And he had a very beautiful daughter named Sukanya. So once we went in the forest, on the way to the forest, he was passing by the ashram of Cyavana Muni. Who is Cyavana Muni? He is the son of Bhrigu Muni. Okay, so Cyavana Muni is the son of Bhrigu Muni. Okay, now what happened? When they are traveling in the forest, Sukanya did a mistake. What did she do? Sukanya was collecting fruits in the forest, and when she is collecting the fruits in the forest, she saw 2 glowing objects within the ant hill. Ant hill, the forest, normally there are a lot of ant hills. So within the ant hill, she saw 2 glowing objects. So she was very curious. Human beings' nature is to become very curious, to know things, So as if induced by providence. So it is like will of the providence. Like we can see here, same pastime. Kardama Muni also was, meditating, doing tapasya, right? That the Lord appeared and told you the king will come. He will bring a marry a daughter. So that's how Kardama Muni is marrying. How? Whom? Devahuti, right? And Lord Kapila takes birth like that. So Kardama Muni, it is said that even though he was doing tapasya, why the Lord told him to marry? The Acharyas say that in a previous life, the Kardama Muni had a desire to become Grasta. So, but that was not fulfilled. In the next lifetime, he is doing tapasya towards the Lord. But the Lord knows that his desire is still unfulfilled. So the Lord wants to fulfill the desire of Kardama Muni, the previous desire. So even though he is doing tapasya, so the Lord actually uh, told, okay, now king will come. And also the king is instructed, you have to give your daughter to Kardamuni. Same thing, Kardamuni also very old. And we can see that Devahuti was serving him very sincerely. And he was so much pleased that he built an aerial mansion out of his yogic power. And he kept her very happy. The same kind of pastime here also. This is like will of the providence. Because these are happening, some things are happening by the Krishna's desire. As if induced by providence, she ignorantly pierced them with the thorn. And what happened? That luminary she pierced with the thorn. And then because of that, the blood began to ooze out of them. So she became afraid actually. What she did, At the same time, the reaction, what happened? The soldiers who were, along with the king, Sarayati, were all obstructed as a reaction from passing urine and stool. It's a very difficult situation if somebody cannot pass urine and stool. It becomes very uneasy for the body. So surprised, King Sarayati spoke to his associates that, this is not natural. We are not able to pass urine and stool. That means something wrong has happened. King Sarayati is speaking that it appears that someone among us did something wrong and polluted Cyavana Muni Ashrama. So something like we did an offense. That's why we are getting this reaction. So normally, sometimes we get some issues, whether health issues or mind issues. We also think, oh, maybe we did some offense. Why it is happening like that? We contemplate like that. Sometimes things don't go as per our wish. Then we think, oh, maybe I did some offense to Krishna, or I did some offense to some Vaishnava. So that's why I'm facing all the difficulties. And like that, some confusion will be there. Maybe it is true or maybe it is false. We don't know. But this thought comes to our mind. Like that, here, king also is thinking like that. We did something wrong in the Cyavana Ashra. That's why we are facing this consequence. So immediately Sukanya was there. She understood and she was very afraid. Frightened, Sukanya told the father, Shreyati, that what she had done. She told that, by mistakenly, out of curiosity, I pierced these two luminaries inside the anthill. And King Saryati became afraid. So, and he immediately tried to actually appease Cyavana Muni, who was sitting within the anthill. Okay, so the Cyavana Muni was actually sitting within the anthill. He was doing tapasya. That was a previous age design. Now nobody will do like that inside the anthill, but in those ages, people, they go inside the water, they do tapasya to avoid any disturbance from the public. Or this, like inside the anthill, this Cyavana Muni was doing tapasya, meditation. So immediately, king, he was a very pious king. So he know that offending or insulting a saint or a Muni normally they become very angry, like Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni also is very much famous for his short temper. Short temper means in small thing, if you do, immediately he will curse the person. Any mistake if you do. So, same like Durvasa Muni, Cyavana Muni also, like he is little bit short-tempered and irritable character. That's what in this verses it is mentioned. So the king know that if you upset him, he will curse our complete lineage, family, king. And we all have to suffer. So immediately he went for beg for forgiveness. So the king Sarati is saying, please forgive my foolish daughter. He is asking, is your daughter married? So King Sarati understood Cyavana's desire by his question. So this is they are able to understand what is in the mind of Cyavana Muni. So this verse number 9 and 10, we can see, knowing Cyavana's purpose, Sarati gave his daughter in marriage to the sage and returned home. See, he left, they went for the excursion, and after this incident happened, what he did, he don't want to make the Muni angry. So he understood the mood. when somebody asking whether your daughter is married, so he understood that better to give my daughter to this Muni, and he gave his daughter as a charity to the sage. So that was a system those days. Sometimes the sages, they were offered their king daughters, because they were giving that much value to the people who are in the spiritual life, or who are doing tapasya and all those things. Thus released the danger of great difficulty. He took permission from Cyavana Muni and returned home. So Prabhupada has mentioned purport. First 8 verses he has not given any purport. And the 9th verse is saying, the king, after hearing the statement of his daughter, certainly told the great sage Cyavana Muni everything about how his daughter had ignorantly committed. The Muni of verses immediately gave Muni the daughter in charity and escaped the danger of being cursed. Thus, with the permission of the great sage, the king actually returned home without his daughter. So 10th verse is the main important verse where Prabhupada is giving many important instructions, which maybe somebody may like or somebody may not like. Somebody may accept it or somebody may not accept it. But Prabhupada is giving, if you want to have a good life, you want to have a good family life, what should be the mood? Very important. That's why I told to read the 10th verse also. Here we can see Cyavana Muni. We are completing this section actually. Cyavana Muni was very irritable nature. So I said, no, like Durvasa Muni is also like very irritable nature. The Swabhava, they say, Swabhava means one's own nature. So somebody, they are, you can see very pleasant. Somebody is very smiling face. These are Swabhava. They always smile. Somebody becomes short-tempered. The nature. You just tell 2-3 words, they immediately become angry. Somebody, they maintain very cool. They say a devotee should have like, the head should be like ice factory and their mouth should be like sweet factory. Like, you should always keep head cool. One time, Srila Prabhupada was in London. One of the lady reporter asked, so, everybody is asking questions. Reporter, they ask challenging question. One reporter asked actually, lady, she was asking Prabhupada, Swamiji, why do you shave your head? Then Prabhupada immediately replied, why do you shave your leg? Then this lady don't know what to answer. No, what you will answer. And then Prabhupada continued that we want to keep our legs warm and our head cool. So legs warm means you should cover your legs, and at the same time, we want to keep our head cool. So like that, Prabhupada replied. So some people, nature is like that. So, but it is said normally you should have a cool head. Otherwise, in this world, everybody will irritate or they will make us upset or they will. So that one, head should be like ice factory and mouth should be like sweet factory. We should be able to glorify devotees. We should see the positive things in others, not only devotees, non-devotees also. Whatever good things they have, we should be able to appreciate that. So naturally, you will have maintain very good relationship in this world. The moment you glorify somebody, 99% people will become flattered. It's no exception. Anybody, if you glorify them, that is everybody, human being weakness, psychology. So that's why they say always when you see a person, always tell good things about them first, before criticizing somebody. Because everybody has some good quality, some bad quality, like that, mixed. So Cyavana Muni was very irritable. But since Sukanya had gotten him as her husband, she dealt with him very carefully, according to his mood. Sometimes good mood, according to good mood, you can be very much, different mindset. But somebody in bad mood, it is different. Knowing his mind, she performed service to him without being bewildered. So this is the quality of Sukanya. They say, if you clap two hands together, then only the sound will come. If with one hand, sound will not come. So it is like mutual. When the husband is not in good mood, the wife should adjust that time so that the things don't burst out immediately, But at the same time, wife is not in good mood, husband should accept. It's like mutual kind of understanding, this psychology. There's a book called, very famous book called Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus. It's a very famous book actually, very successful book. I don't know, anybody hear that book? Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus.
No, Guruji, no way.
No, okay. You just type in Google, you'll see it is one of the famous bestseller. It is describing about the psychology of the male and female. And normally people before getting marriage, they are given gift this book because after marriage there will be a lot of fight. between, because both have different psychologies.
Yes.
Men has a typical psychology, woman has a different psychology. Men have their own power and woman has their own power. Both have their, but if how their psychology, if you are dealing, so they give this gift. In the marriage, this book, very famous book. These men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And many people before getting married, they also read that. And in ISKCON also, actually, they are conducting pre-marital course. Means before marriage, even coming week, they are again conducting one course. Before marriage, the boys and the girls, they are trained. Even in Christianity, before marriage, there is a course for pre-marital course is there. This is must. Otherwise, they will not allow for marriage. Because the training is very important. Like we are trained in Krishna consciousness, like how we should chant. Everything training is required for human being. Now, even for walking, we are getting trained, right? First we fall down. So this premarital course is there. Even in ISKCON, the boys are trained, the girls are trained. Otherwise, we go with some unrealistic expectation, then it will lead into unnecessary problems in life. Because what happens in the movie, they portray differently. Anybody watching movie, they portray love differently. The husband, the lovers, or the husband and wife, they have a different kind of mindset. The people continuously watching movie, they have the same expectation in the marriage, but the reality of life is different. Then that expectation will not meet. Then there will be fight, argument. Sometimes it goes up to divorce also. And India, actually, our Vedic culture, Prabhupada writes here in the purport, there is no divorce actually. There is no divorce system. That divorce was introduced in the Western world. And when I think 1945 or 47, the first divorce, when it happened, it came in the newspaper because it was something new for our culture. So first divorce happened. But nowadays,
Very common.
they say love at first sight and divorce at first fight. They said like that. So nowadays, each other. That is said. Love at first sight and divorce at first fight. Harishna Prabhu, you are able to hear me? Because I think my internet connection is little bit.
Diverse at?
Love at first sight.
Yeah.
Divorce at first fight.
Fight. Okay.
This is sight and fight.
Fight. Okay.
Quick. Immediately they love and immediately they break up also.
Start
so
fighting.
That is like they say like that. So here Prabhupada is giving the psychology. See, sometimes we may feel it is a little harsh, but Prabhupada is writing for our good. Many people, I saw one video also. Many people after divorce, there is a debate. In TV they show debate, right? The people who have divorced, the male is sitting on one side, female is sitting on one side, and the anchor is asking different questions. This is true story I'm saying. Then I was seeing that video. There the woman or men, they are saying that we should have waited little more tolerant. We feel that we did taken this decision very quickly out of our emotion. We should have waited some more because now our life is terrible. So like that they are expressing their this thing. I heard personally that one. That we should have tolerated little more. The decision we taken, it is very quick. We should have a little more tolerant and we should have a little more adjusted. That we feel now. But they are already separated. So there are real cases like that. So that in that context, if you see what Prabhupada is mentioning here, we will have great meaning. Because this life is after all temporary. Many things are wife because of our karma also. Sometimes good partner, sometimes, but normally Krishna says Tam Titikshava Bharata. Many things. We are tolerating our company job. Nobody is happy in their company. No boss is good. We are tolerating them because we know if you leave, there is no other. No, we have to earn our bread and butter. We are tolerating there. We are tolerating with our relatives. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Sometimes they are insulting also. We are tolerating because we don't want to spoil the relationship in the company. We don't want to spoil the relationship with our colleagues also in the company, even though they are doing politics to remove us from the job. So like that, even in the family, there may be sometimes not favorable things we need to tolerate. Prabhupada also tells sometimes there is exemption that, they were physically harassing you and so many things are there. Still, you can be a little bit separated, but not diverse. Separated. Like that, in one more purport Prabhupada is writing, you can separate. The husband is not like too much against Krishna consciousness. Some criteria Prabhupada is giving, but again, he is not mentioning diverse. You can live separate. And like not officially get this one. So here we can see that purport. You can see 1 minute. Just will. Yeah. This is an indication of relationship between as a temperament are always wanting to be superior. See, male as a dominant. They say male, chauvinistic male. The male nature is they are a little bit dominant. That's one psychology. Such a person cannot submit to anyone. Somebody is dominant, no? They will not. There's another category, henpecked husband. They say henpecked husband means he will tell everything else for his wife. That is called henpecked husband. But here Cyavana Muni is opposite, superior
Hare
position.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, bro. You are able to hear me?
Not audible, Prabhuji, in between.
Yeah, maybe net is little bit weak here now today. Now you are able to hear, Prabhu? Now
Not audible.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I need to maybe change. Maybe just give me 1 minute. I will try to change. Oh no. Okay, now Prabhu, now better.
Yeah.
Okay, I changed the net connection. Okay, so there is like dominant nature. There is also another category called henpecked husband. Henpecked husband means who always tells yes to his wife. He will never tell no. Whatever wife says, in Tamil Nadu they say, like Chidambaram Achi or Meenakshi Achi. They say like means Meenakshi Achi means the wife will rule the home. That's Madurai Meenakshi. You all went to Madurai, no? Madurai Meenakshi means she is the boss. Chidambaram means Natarajar, no? Lord Shiva. So if you say Chidambaram Achi means the husband will rule the home. Whatever he says will happen. Madurai Meenakshi means whatever some family, the wife will be the boss. And some family, the husband will be the boss. That's based on the psychology. You understand, no, Prabhu?
Yes.
But there should be always balance, not one person overpowering. No, that is not good. Then our life will be successful. See, here it is written that such a person cannot submit to anyone. According to the nature, psychology of Cyavana Muni, he cannot be subservient. That is his nature. Therefore, Cyavana Muni had an irritable temperament. His wife Sukanya could understand his attitude. Under the circumstances, she treated him accordingly. So now Prabhupada writes an important statement. If any wife wants to be happy with her husband, what they should do? She must try to understand her husband's temperament. Psychology, no? Husband temperament and please him. This is victory for a woman. So it's important thing. How a woman becomes victory is trying to handle her difficult husband according to his mood. Even in the dealings of Lord Krishna, Prabhupada quotes from Lord Krishna, with his different queens, they are all daughters of the great kings, but they place themselves before Lord Krishna as his maid servants. However great a woman may be, she must place herself before her husband in this way. That is to say, she must be ready to carry her husband's orders and please him in all circumstances. This is the instruction. However great a woman may be, she must place herself before her husband in this way. That is to say, she must be ready to carry out her husband's orders and please him in all circumstances. In this connection, I'll give an example. I don't know the name, but no, PepsiCo CEO, no, Pepsi CEO. Who is that? You all know? Indra Nui. She is actually Pepsi CEO. No, very powerful. She's an Indian American business professional. CEO of PepsiCo. You know Pepsi, right? Pepsi Cola. She was the chairman and CEO of PepsiCo. You can understand from 2006 to 2018. You know Prabhu, Pepsi, right? Pepsi CEO. Yeah, she is a woman actually. Now she's 70 years. She's an American. He's Indian American. So she given one interview. I watched that interview. So she conducts a lot of board meeting. She personally told this. She conducts board meeting and she's promoted as CEO also because of her excellent performance. Exceptional performance. The Pepsi promoted her as the CEO. And she is very happy. She comes to the home Her mother is there, husband is there, everybody is there. She's telling to mother, this big company, multinational company throughout the world, this much turnover. I became the CEO. I am the topmost in that company. And her mother was hearing everything, and she told, "Oh, good, good, very good. Now go to the store and buy milk and come. There is no milk in the home." She told like that. She herself told.
Yes.
Then she was shocked. She told, "No, I am, big CEO. This is a big company throughout the world. We have branches. I am the top boss of this whole company." Then
It's
mother
a
told, "Everything is
careful.
okay, but for a family, you have to
No
take the
milk.
responsibility of your family and go to the shop, buy milk and come. There is no milk in the home." And she was telling that, she was very happy that her mother told like that. She told, outside you may be very big, powerful, but inside the home, you are mother. You are
Mother.
taking the responsibility. Like that, she was telling in one interview. Same thing here, Prabhupada is writing that, when the wife, like here, however great a woman may be, she must place herself before her husband in this way. That means this family will be like, smooth. If the woman tries to show the power, now what happens now? Modern life, earlier, our culture was different, but nowadays, like both are working because modern stage, everybody is working, earning. So sometimes the wife earns more than the husband. Then the ego will come. Sometimes there is husband, wife tells, what you are earning, I am earning double the time. The husband ego gets hurt because of that, and he may get angry, or he may leave the home, or he may become depressed. So everybody has their role to play. But here, proper rights when their life is to when the wife becomes irritable, same like husband, what happens? In that way, their life at the home is sure to be disturbed and ultimately completely broken. So that's why I said no, both hands. If you
Yeah.
clap together, the sound comes. If one
Sound
is
will.
able to
Yes.
tolerate, adjust, then the fight can be avoided. So there is in Vedic either the wife or the husband may take advantage of divorce laws. According to Vedic law, however, there is no such thing as divorce, and a woman must be trained to be submissive to the will of her husband. Westerners, but this is our culture, but Western culture is opposite. Westerners contend that this is slave mentality. Why? Both are equal. Male and female both are equal. The Westerners also in India, normally the Diksha Guru, normally female, we are not giving. But Western people, they in ISKCON, they argue that why female should not give Diksha. They made a big, means they protested, and then GBC accepted. Then GBC given authorization to one Mataji, Prabhupada disciple, to give Diksha. But in India, they did not. Indian culture is different. Western culture, male and female both are equal. Male also will work in the, construction company. Construction industry very rough and tough, right? You will see construction company, they are using the lifting. There in Western world, construction company also ladies will work in the field. And there are things, our culture, they say, women, when they are like out of service, they can take rest. But when you are working in the company, you will be, disturbed, means you will have to work hard. You will be stressed. Your health will be affected like that. The different, our culture is different. Western culture is different. But Western culture, the male and female is same. Western culture in the company, big companies, you can complain. If a woman is treated not properly, can go and complain to the HR that because I
Yes.
am a female, I am treated differently. Immediately they will take action on the male, who are their boss or something like that.
Correct.
Slowly it is also followed in India also. Westerners say that this is slave mentality for the wife. But factually it is not. It is a tactic by which woman can conquer the heart of her husband. The general psychology Prabhupada is saying that a woman has their own tactics to conquer the heart of the husband. However irritable or cruel he may be. In this case, we clearly see that Cyavana Muni was not young, but indeed old enough to be Sukanya's grandfather. See, Sukanya's grandfather level is there, and was also very irritable. But however, Sukanya, the beautiful young daughter of a king, submitted herself to her old husband and tried to please him in all respects. Thus, she was faithful and chaste wife. Same like Kardama Muni and Devati, same like that here. So, Prabhupada gives this kind of things. Little bit we have to be tolerant when there is a argument for the betterment. His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj says that when he was a child, not child, he was like a boy, small boy. No, his father and mother fight. There was big fight. So Radhanath Swami Maharaj was listening to the conversation. They were fighting inside the bedroom. and he was hearing their conversation that they want to get divorce. But then they both told, like, we can get divorce, but what about our children? What will be their future if we will separate? The children life will be at stake. So for our children, we have to be together. And like that, they agreed and they become, compromised. That in one lecture. That's why Maharaj. So for a higher cause. Maybe we don't like each other, but for our children, we have to stay together for their future. Because if they separate, their child future also becomes a little bit challenging, right?
Correct.
But in Western world, there is a concept called single mother. Single mother means there are a lot of things. Even like they say single mother, even the application form, they can say married, like a single mother or bachelor, like that. Single mother means already divorced and they have single mother, but they will have a lot of challenges, in the society. And because it is said in the scripture, always a woman should be under the protection of, in the childhood, under the protection of father, and in the middle age, they should be under the protection of their husband, and when they are old, they have to be under protection of their uh, children. And that is good for them, and they'll be protected. So like that, lot of things are there. And second thing is, for the higher cause, for the betterment of their children, there is higher cost. They should be able to tolerate, even though the person is not very, as per your desire expectation. But then they have to tolerate and then try to adjust for the higher cost, for the betterment of their children. Like that, many things we can say. And that's why they are giving this course training and all before marriage, that you should not have like big expectations. We should try to serve each other, support each other in Krishna consciousness, and progress together. And it is also said that if the husband is doing good, the wife also gets the credit of Krishna Bhakti by serving husband. Like that, many things are there. Of course, there are some exceptional conditions. Every rule has an exception, right? There may be sometimes something out of the boundary between husband and wife, no? Maybe too much, harassment, abuse. And there are some situation, case-to-case basis, where maybe different decision has to be taken by consulting senior Vaishnavas, what is good for that, or mainly consulting the spiritual master, like that. So, but general principle is proper mentioned here. Okay, so that is good for the family. One person has to tolerate when the other person is a little emotionally upset. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So, any questions or any comments?
Beautiful purport, Navambraji. It was very beautiful purport.
Yes, Prabhupada has mentioned, and it's actually a very important thing to discuss. That's why we read this verse number 10 also. With that, this section is there, and then next Cyavana Muni will become young man. Then, they have a very good life. After difficulty always comes good times. So our life is like that, like pendulum. Hard time come, then good time come, then good time. So she was like too much taking tapasya to please her husband. Her husband became pleased, and then he want to satisfy back his wife. So he goes to Ashwini Kumaras, and then he requests to them to give back his youth. Then for the return, he tell, I will give you soma juice in return to the Ashwini Kumaras. So Ashwini Kumaras also, they given the youth, and then Cyavana Muni may performs that yajna and gives the Somarasa to the Ashwini Kumaras as a return, as a reciprocation. Then his father comes there. He becomes very happy by seeing her daughter, that how he is able to handle his husband, and because of our chastity. And then last section will be the marriage of Revati with Lord Balaram. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Anything to add? Mataji, have anything to add?
Mataji's Sadananda
Nothing,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Sadananda Prabhuji, anything to talk?
Already time is up, but just I'm adding that this the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto Kardama Muni and Devahudi, fourth canto Dhruva Maharaj, and seventh canto again Prahlad Maharaj giving this 7:13:26, and here again the Cyavana Muni's story. So there is a Vishrambena and Gauravena. So very how we had the serving mentality of the wife and husband. So we have to give if we read this Srimad Bhagavatam, there will be no fail in their life. there is a very important thing we have to understand. First of
Very
all, we have to read whatever the problem in life. That is there is the inside the Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So if we read thoroughly, and we have to understand that there is no problem in our life. Hare Krishna.
Very good. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay. I think Prabhuji can wind up. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for wonderful today, Prabhuji. And on the auspicious day of Ekadashi, we got Prabhuji's class. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna
you,
for
Prabhu. Thank you
joining.
for the opportunity also.
Thank you very much. And we will chant 3 times Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Shivaguna Prabhuji, as well as all the devotees who are present today for everybody's spiritual progress. All together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama.